The ultimate act of magic is create something out of nothing. The scary magic tricks are who ones that generates the highest entertainment value, but sometimes many of it's believed to be real rather than just an illusion. The thing about magic is that science we don't understand yet.
German salt trick. Smoothini, the ex-Marine turned ghetto Houdini, tricked the judges and audience with his amazing salt trick by disappearing salt in his palms, and then getting it back again. So how did he do it? Well, the secret here lies in the thumb cap which Smoothini wears over his thumb that is most often visible in the camera when we look at his thumb carefully. To perform the trick, Smoothini starts by moving his thumb onto the palm and then fisting his fingers around it. Then he gently takes out his thumb by keeping the thumb cap in his fist. Now he pours the salt inside his fist and takes out the thumb cap by moving his right hand thumb inside the fist. The thumb cap is now on his right hand thumb and the salt is present inside it. He repeats the trick several times, thereby making the judges and audience believe that he could actually make the salt disappear in his hands.
The magician will use this empty office in the abandoned warehouse to duplicate an illusion made popular on TV by street magicians. He examines the glass in the office window. It's solid. No chips, breaks, cracks, or imperfections of any kind. In fact, it's the cleanest thing in this dusty joint. Next, he finds a discarded sheet of paper
Wow, it's amazing.
and calls in his lovely assistants to lend a hand. As always, he makes sure we get a good look at the girls. Next, he tells them what he wants them to do with the paper sheet. He places it in front of the window and indicates the exact spot where they should hold it. Meanwhile, the magician prepares for his big moment. He steps into the office and closes the door. While the girls work their magic outside the window, the magician will work his magic on the inside. See what I mean? Let's hope he's got more planned than this mime routine. Satisfied that the glass is solid, he instructs the girls to raise the paper. The magician climbs up behind the paper so we can see him one last time behind the solid pane of glass. Now watch. Suddenly, a finger bursts through the paper sheet. This is either a very convincing illusion, or the magician is going to have to pay for a broken window. That's his hand, all right. We can see both of the girls' hands on the paper, so they're not part of the deception. He tears the paper, and now his foot emerges through the glass. Now his whole body. But that glass was one solid piece. It still is. Absolutely incredible. This is one illusion that begs for an explanation. Before he walks through the glass, the magician walks into the office. What we don't see is that hidden behind the wall are two of his assistants ready to make the magic happen. The magician shows us the glass and proves that it's solid. At least, this part of it is. The window is actually much larger than it appears from the front. The glass has a solid section on top and a cutout section in the lower half that is hidden by the wall. Attached to the bottom of the glass are two handles. Finally, the glass is fitted into a concealed guide rail that runs from the top of the window down to the floor. Once the solid part of the glass is covered by the paper, the assistants hidden behind the wall use the handles to raise the entire pane so that the cutout is above the window frame. With the paper covering the window, we don't see the glass moving or the large hole that is rising into place. Here it is from behind, without the paper
Okay,
covering the
guys.
glass. But if the glass moves, why doesn't the open sticker on the upper left corner of the window move? Here's the secret. From the front, it looks like a sticker on the glass. From the back, we see that it's a solid sign, cleverly attached to the window frame and not the glass. It stays put as the glass moves in front of it. This simple sign adds authenticity and makes the illusion more convincing. With the cutout raised behind the paper, the magician carefully punctures a hole with his finger. At this point, a larger hole would reveal the cutout in the glass and give away the trick. To ensure the hole doesn't open too wide, the magician uses a sharp screw to pierce the paper. How's that for high tech? He saws the paper with the screw and slides his body through the opening, careful not to expose the cutout behind him. Here it is from inside the room. The paper is torn and the magician forces his way through the cutout in the window. The second he is through, the hidden assistants quickly slide the glass back into place. The paper is removed and the solid glass is revealed. Nice job, girls. You made him look good again. And now you know his secret.
Terrifying knife trick. Sometimes magic tricks can be terrifying, and Mickey Dark is one such name that comes to our mind when we think of horror magic acts. He once performed an amazing knife trick on America's Got Talent which left everyone stunned. Here's what he did. His act consisted of performing a magic act using Heidi Klum and Terry Crews as his assistants. He first tears a corner part of Simon's picture and stuffs it into a small envelope. He then makes a mark on the back with a black kiss and puts it into a basket of similar envelopes. He tells Terry to hold the basket over Heidi's head as she is seen holding the rest of the torn photo. Mickey then puts a blackboard target on Heidi's neck. Now, as soon as Terry dumps the contents of the basket over Heidi, Mickey throws a knife heading straight towards Heidi. Magically, the knife hits the exact same envelope which had the torn piece of Simon's photo, thus leaving everyone stunned. So, how did he do it? Well, here's the secret. First of all, you should never try such dangerous acts at home or anywhere else. Now coming to the secret, Mickey never threw the knife. Yes, the knife you saw at the Target was already pre-installed inside that board with an identical envelope containing Simon's torn piece of photo. Well, for this part, Mickey used another envelope containing a duplicate torn piece of photo which was pre-installed inside the board before the act had started. Also, both the identical torn pieces of Simon's photo, the one which he puts inside the basket and the other piece which was revealed at the Target, both of them were pre-sectioned to make them look exactly identical. And this is how he pre-cut the torn pieces. He stacked both the identical photos together and cut them simultaneously. Now, the photo stacked at the top is cut all the way through, and this torn part of the photo, along with an identical kiss-marked envelope, is the one which he pre-installs it with the knife inside the board. The photo at the bottom is only cut midway, and during the performance, if you observe carefully, after he takes out Simon's photo from the envelope, he doesn't show the photo from the position where he cuts it. He only shows the remaining part of the photo, which proves that it was a pre-cut photo. Also in this frame, you can see that the photo already has a crease mark, thus confirming the pre-cut. Now, all he did was to follow the cut and tear the corner part on a predefined line so that the corner piece also fits the identical torn piece inside the target board. But still, what about the marked envelope thrown in the air? Wouldn't someone notice it when thrown on the floor? Well, the fact that it was very dark on stage and there were too many small envelopes in the basket, and also the fact that he may have glued that marked part of the envelope to some other envelope inside. So this made it impossible for anyone to identify it while the envelopes were thrown in the air. Now coming to the inbuilt mechanism, as you now know, the knife was never thrown, and the magician only pretended to throw a knife. So where did the knife in his hand disappear? When Terry threw the envelopes in the air, Mickey pretended to throw the knife, but in reality, as his hand snapped forward, he let go of the knife somewhere inside his jacket while the camera cut away. Also, since his hand was always quicker than our eye, we couldn't see the knife. Now, when the knife retracted back into his jacket, his assistant present at the backstage triggers the remote control signal to a hidden mechanism inside the target board placed around Heidi's neck. So at that moment, as the camera cuts away, the target board pops up a hidden spring mechanism from underneath. This picture shows how the pre-cut photo and the knife were placed on a spring-loaded base inside the secret compartment. Now when Mickey pretends to throw the knife, the base is raised to its vertical position, which creates the illusion of a knife hitting the target. Also, the mechanism was covered under the furry cover arranged in the shape of a door, which made way for the platform to pop up. If we slow it down, you can see a hint of the envelope along with the knife popping out of the board from the top with the help of a spring. So, all the credit goes to the amazing magician who made this horror act look quite convincing.
And name any other magic trick you would like us to reveal. Tell us in the comments below. Do like and share this video with your friends on social media. For more such amazing things, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. And finally, thanks for watching.